coming from central Oklahoma all the way across Arkansas, across Memphis, the aquifer, I started doing research. And I spoke to Glenn when he was at the national convention for the Sierra Club a few months ago. Remember that? Yeah. And the Tennessee Sierra Club and the Oklahoma Sierra Club wanted Glenn to work with them, but they didn't know what would be the best legal argument against the Diamond Oil Pipeline. Well, thank God for God, because I have the argument. And I want to invite folks to take home and share this information. Sorry. This is a letter that came out about a week after I spoke to you on the phone. And the person who wrote it was the head of EPA Region 6. He was fired on Inauguration Day for trying to warn everyone that the Cushing Oil Hub, which is the place in Oklahoma where they're going to build the Diamond Oil Pipeline from, is considered a threat to national security because of the induced seismicity from the fracking and the injection wells, just like you mentioned. So the gentleman who has now become the director of our EPA under the new administration is the same person that allowed this situation in Oklahoma, to the extent that even where I live, which is way up in the Ouachita Mountains, you can feel the Oklahoma earthquakes. They're now up to 3 a day. And the Department of Homeland Security considers the Cushing Oil Hub a threat to national security because it could be wiped out with only a 5.7 earthquake. This is our smoking gun document. I sent it to the reporter at the Democrat Gazette, hoping that she would follow up. She was fired less than 5 days after she received the document, before she could write about it. The gentleman who wrote it was fired. This is so important. I'm begging you to reconsider, Glenn, and get with Scott in Tennessee Sierra and the Oklahoma Sierra. They do want to work with you because this is the legal argument right here. And would anybody like, just read it for yourself.
I have a question.
Yes.
What is the largest earthquake thus far? If they're saying 5.7 could be a risk to national security, what's the largest earthquake Oklahoma has had in the current?
This letter came out a month after a 5.8 in nearby Pawnee, Oklahoma. It also came out after a 5.2 near the Cushing Oil Hub. The Department of Homeland Security, the EPA, the U.S. Geological Survey, the Oklahoma Geological Survey. I spent months on this, and the Corps of Engineers is who Sierra can sue, because now we have the evidence that they told us back in November. The Little Rock Corps of Engineers said in the Democrat Gazette, we would consider reviewing the approval process for this oil pipeline if you can give us evidence that is new and significant.
So did you give it to them yet?
Yes.
And what happened?
They told me that they were now unable to comment because the new administration had imposed a gag order. So that's why I'm here. I'm not too proud to beg. Glenn, please, please, Glenn, sue the Corps of Engineers. Make them look at this document.
Did you get it to the Arkansas Times?
Yes, and they did publish a letter to the editor, but for a reporter that had been with the Democrat Gazette for 4 years on the business page to get fired after she got this document. Yes, sir. Yes.
So these 2 employees you mentioned were terminated because they were about to distribute some information that was going to publicize the fact that there was some exploration that was going to be involved that was going to be environmentally detrimental?
No. The gentleman, and please take home a copy. The gentleman who wrote the letter was the head of EPA Region 6. He was tossed out along with a lot of the other administrative heads of